how about we move on to the next article from the CD Project Red? No, not CD Project Red. My
Well,
bad.
it is
This is
included in there.
it
It's
is.
it's a double
Okay.
article pretty much.
It is. It pretty much is, yeah. So this is an article from Kotaku. It's Ethan Gatch, who we've covered millions of times at this point, it feels like. So the title of the article is How a Wild Video Game Rumor Races Around the Internet Before Getting Shut Down. So Sony's not buying CD Projekt Red or seemingly makes Days Gone 2, contrary to Destiny leakers' claims. So it's almost summer and gamers are starting to lose it. In the midst of renewed console raised frenzy and video game industry consolidation, fan speculation about future game releases and company deals is at an all-time high. It's exciting time for new announcements as we head into not E3 showcase season. Interesting take. Uh, but also the perfect set of conditions for BS rumors to circulate online at lightning speed. That's how CD Projekt Red ended up recently being forced to respond to a random chatter on Destiny 2 Discord while fans got hyped for Days Gone 2. That's not currently happening. Jeez. Dude, are we just making up stuff just to go viral?
No, this is the thing, dude. We as gamers, we want to make up rumors for things that we want. Am I right? It's something that
Oh,
we
you're talking
want, and a
about
lot like Days Gone 2. Like, see, this is the funny thing. Days Gone, when it first launched, got hardly any
Mhm.
love. But then people
It
played the
did.
game, and then people actually saw, hey, you know what? This game actually gets pretty good towards the later, like latter half of the game. Like, it's actually not a bad game. And then
A
everyone's
slow
like,
build up.
Days Gone 2 would be pretty nice. But then the studio came back and like, no, we've already shifted to a new IP because like the higher ups essentially told us that it was a flop, and so we're not even allowed to make a second game. We have to
That's
move on.
crazy.
And so,
So now it's like positive affirmations
yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
like because yeah, and then like there was a whole thing too where like it was I think there was some point where like Ben or like some people that used to work at Ben were saying like it was like the consumer's fault for not giving Days Gone enough love for them to be able to make a sequel kind of thing, even though they wanted to. It was a whole back and forth. Like this is a while
That's
ago, but
it's
yeah,
an interesting take.
yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of like I would love a Days Gone 2 more than anything because I love the first Days Gone. So yeah, I would certainly want a sequel, but at least from Ben, it doesn't seem like we're getting that anytime soon, which is unfortunate. And I think that's why this rumor started because people were like, "Oh, I really want a Days Gone 2," and I do too, but it's just
Yeah,
too good to be true.
it does look good though. All right, so there's no shortage of rumors in the gaming industry, ranging from complete fan fiction to credible but unverified claims that well-known social media accounts with established track records. Recently, however, it feels like a pseudo pipeline for propagating and boosting video game rumors has increased its frequency and escalated the noise sound. Message boards like Reddit, gaming leaks, and rumors now aggregate everything from random guesses to actual reporting and from a supporting cast of in quotes insiders at record speed. While clout chasing accounts of YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter race to repost, rip off, and misinterpret the alleged insider info. I mean, dude, we've been seeing that forever, though.
Yeah, it's
But why are
pretty
people
common.
falling for it now?
I don't know,
You,
man.
you know what I mean?
It could be a string of just especially last year's lackluster roster, not only with releases but also just with news in general and coming out. There's wasn't really a whole lot of like big flagship stuff. So it's like, and then like with the Activision Blizzard stuff, we're seeing all this like issues and stuff, and like a lot of people are curious how Sony's going to respond because it seems like there hasn't been a too huge of a response other than like acquiring Bungie. That was about it. There's not really been too
Yeah.
many studio acquisitions, so yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
factors in. But this is also the week before Summer Games Fest, non E3. So
that's true.
it's the rumors definitely spin up around this time.
I'm curious if maybe articles, journalists are actually giving the rumors, like knowingly giving them what's it called? Like credence, I guess?
Like
Like
more of a spotlight.
yeah, more of a spotlight specifically because they know that like the next couple of weeks are going to be great for them. In particular, it'll be good for us too, man. More people are going to
Yeah,
be like tuning in, trying to figure out what the heck happened because it's like there's so many things that are going to be happening in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be hard to like decipher the BS, right?
very true. Yeah.
Um, so maybe it's like manufactured, but also it's like, dude, I don't understand how people could think that Sony is going to buy CD Project Red. Like, I see that, to me, I instantly am like, "Okay, why?" Like, why would CD Projekt Red give up their IP to go work underneath Sony and probably only be on, like, a PlayStation?
I mean, that's it's huge market share. That's the thing. They're giving up a huge market share by not
Yeah,
distributing
yeah,
an
it's just
Xbox. And but
it's like, why would that happen? So that was one of the rumors, and the Days Gone 2 was the other rumor, and there's been plenty of other ones where it's like, I mean, for the longest time, what was your favorite game? Dead Island 2?
yeah,
I thought
Dylan
that was
too.
gonna be the rumor forever. That one turned out to be real.
Hey, it finally came out. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, yeah. There's a lot. Goes in this. There's a lot more of this article too. I didn't realize there was this much more. I guess
Yeah,
they kind of
I
break
was
down each
skimming
one.
through it, and pretty much what they explain is like where it actually came from,
Yeah.
and most of it came from Reddit, some of it came from Twitter, and it just basically got traction. You had all you need is like one uh respectable source to say like, okay, this is probably going to happen. We hear reports, and then all of a sudden it like gets manipulated into this is definitely happening, leak
Yeah.
like guaranteed, and then like more and more people start posting it. I mean, you'll have like Bloomberg on here has even mentioned about previously reporting that Sony had pushed Bend away from making a sequel or something like that. It's just like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like the article goes on to talk about it more. I know. I know. Yeah. There's a lot of like credible sources that are pretty much saying like, nah, there's Days Gone 2 is not happening. I don't know what they're talking about. And yeah, there's also the whole CD Project Red to Sony. Again, you're giving up a pretty big market share. Like if they did just Sony, but
yes.
also I mean it's like I don't know. But then again, we're sitting here, on the heels of an Activision Blizzard deal with Microsoft. So I mean anything's possible, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean certainly for CD Project Red, unless it was a lot of money, it's probably not in their interest. I mean they have arguably the greatest game of all time in Witcher 3, and they've made hundreds of millions and off that, so it's like they don't really like need an acquisition, but yeah. But I mean that comes down to CD Projekt Red's interest at the end of the day. I think it's interesting though that people were trying to claim that that was going to be Sony's next big get for a studio, which for speaking hypotheticals, it could be right. Like I think if they got CD Projekt Red, I mean that'd be a pretty that'd be insane. Like I'd be like, okay, that's pretty crazy.
That would be
You
a
know,
massive get.
yeah.
You know that you could make the argument now because it might make sense for them to push that hard and that aggressively if the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal goes through.
Yeah, I mean they have to make
They
some big
might like back
acquisitions, right?
him. Yeah, it's like back him into a corner. They're going to be like, okay, what are the next biggest publishers? And I think CD Projekt Red's probably up there.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with all the
Yeah.
Witcher games in the pipeline and new
Oh yeah.
IP and oh, dude, we got the DLC for Cyberpunk, which I really hope we hear more about next week. That's like something I'm really looking forard to. And hopefully
Yes,
a
sir. I
release
gotta beat
date.
that
That'd be
game
pretty
too,
sick.
man.
A release date next week. That'd be pretty dope. Um, yeah. A lot of exciting stuff, but yeah, it's just they're not going to Sony. At least not right now. It'd be insane. It'd be even crazier if they were just like if they shot down the Rivers and the next week they're like Sony just comes out of nowhere at not their showcase and we're just like, yo, we didn't mention this last week, but we got CD Project Red.
Heck yeah, dude.
Be crazy, but yeah, unlikely is the current conclusion at the moment.